It's not rocket science.
Not rocket science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Blast off. Welcome to Not Rocket Science. In this episode, join us for an interview with actual treasure hunters, our matey, Bill and Christine from their YouTube channel, Diggin SoCal. Because learning treasure hunting, it's not what, Anthony?
It's not what you
It's
always
not
want. It's not
rocket
what you always,
science.
Yeah.
Anthony, have you found any treasure lately, or?
Have I ever found?
No, lately.
Yeah. I found treasure. I find treasure almost every single day. At least $100 on the sidewalk every time I walk down the street.
You're a lucky man.
Well, it's not too lucky because I heard somebody finds $200 every day on
Who's
the side.
that?
His name's Monopoly Man.
Monopoly guy.
Have I found treasure recently? Well, one time I did find, not too long ago, a really cool.
How many years?
A couple weeks ago, I found this really cool picture frame, and in the picture frame, there was a really nice looking family. They were all smiling.
That's not treasure. Treasure is like gold.
No, but the family
stuff.
The family's picture to me was
in your heart. It was sentimental.
It was a treasure because they were just so nice looking family. Had a nice looking dog, whole thing. They all had the same color sweaters.
When you buy a thing, it just comes with
it.
Yeah,
I bought it.
You bought it.
Yeah, at a store.
But it comes with that. You're supposed to put your own.
Oh, I thought it was just like a treasure. That's why there was a lot of that family on all the frames when I was in the frame aisle. And I was like, wow, this family is very, very, they want their.
Yeah,
they
they're
get
not
them,
an AI. You know, it's probably an AI family.
Yeah, they were very nice, though. They all had blonde hair. You've seen this family?
Yes.
Same sweater.
The Swedish family.
Yeah. The one thing that was a little weird was there were so many at the store of all of them. But now that makes sense. It was just like to have in the frame to show how you could use the frame. Yeah. Well, then I haven't ever found a treasure.
Well, today we'll find some, hopefully. And we wanted to have our friend, our studio plant, Greg, do some research on treasure hunting. So we're going to hear from him now. Greg?
How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm going to do some treasure hunting. In my couch. Where's that treasure? Let's see. Laundry money. Coins. Lots of coins. More coins. Wow. A penny. Can't do much with that anymore. Anybody know where an old-fashioned bubblegum machine is? I'm rich. More treasure. Oh, an apple.
Boy, that was something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hope you share that treasure with us, Greg.
Yeah.
Hey, Not Rocket Sciencers. Great news. Breaking news. We have T-shirts. We have T-shirts that you can all get to support the podcast. Go to the link in the description and get yourself a fresh T-shirt. Go to the link in the description and get yourself a what?
A fresh T-shirt. Yeah. And if you don't want a fresh T-shirt, you can get one of those too. We'll just wear it for a day or two.
We'll wear it.
I'll wear it to the gym that I don't belong to, but I'll sign up for a gym.
But yeah, if you want to support the podcast, it really helps us out to keep this train going. So thank you, and just go get a T-shirt.
Yeah,
let's sing a little song for them.
T-shirt, may have you be.
T-shirt
on yours with some sleeves.
T-shirt will make you happy and keep this podcast a what?
A what?
It's not rocket science.
All right, let's blast right into the interview with our guests who are here with us now, Bill and Christine from their treasure hunting YouTube channel, Diggin SoCal. Welcome. Or should I say, our matey.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy. Oh, boy.
You get my joke?
Yes.
It's
Well,
true.
thank you for having us.
Because they
joke.
rob and pillage.
They're pirates.
They're pirates
Yeah.
from the Goonies generation.
Yeah.
Ooh, gotta love the Goonies.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And this is their first podcast. Thank you so much
Yes.
for being on our podcast first. Just don't forget that we had you first. So, how did you all get into metal detecting?
I
Well,
guess
first of all, tell me about yourselves. Yeah, like, your name's Bill, Christine.
my name is Bill, and I'm an alcoholic. No,
Bill.
sorry.
Not the time, Bill. It's early. No, I'm just kidding.
It's never too early.
You're right. You're right.
Anyway, I probably had a Radio Shack metal detector as a kid, but didn't really think much of it after it didn't really work that well. You know, kids just lose interest and stuff. So I did 31 years as a deputy sheriff for LA County.
Whoa.
And
Wow.
That's awesome.
probably the last 5 years of my career, I started getting into metal detecting, kind of a hobby, and thought, wow, this is what I want to do when I retire. It's just something fun to do. You're out exercising, you're exploring, you're just busy.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And when I was working, my last 12 years, I was in charge of volunteers, search and rescue, explorers, stuff like that. And
Oh, wow.
Christine applied, and she can tell you her experience about applying with our department as a volunteer. And that's how we met.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, okay.
What's your experience? How did you apply as a volunteer?
It was pretty simple,
For the
actually.
cops.
You just fill out an application and
You
hope
can volunteer to be a police officer, like to
you
be
just
a cop.
like you work the desk, so you stand there and kind of help people that come up and say, "Hey, like my car was broken into. What do I do?" And
Shouldn't you get paid for that?
I mean, why? When you can have those nice, warm and
Yeah,
fuzzies, you know.
Yeah.
So you fill out an application and kind of hope that the coordinator doesn't lose your paperwork for like 2 months.
No.
So
Jeez, man.
So then when you have to follow up and then you hear the pretend rustling of papers, and you're like, oh, okay. I'll be like, hi, did you go through my paperwork? Like, how did it go? I've never done anything. I don't have any crimes. And he's like, oh, yeah, just come in for an interview. Did the interview. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, but you have to say that her interview was unique. It was very memorable. You don't forget Christine.
Oh.
She comes across immediately as, I'll use the word snarky.
Oh, boy.
How did I know?
she did not hold back from day one.
In an interview.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That is usually the place you don't want to be snarky, in my opinion.
Exactly.
You don't want to be sassy interviewee.
But for the most part,
Yeah.
we had hundreds of volunteers throughout the station. We had,
yeah.
between explorers, volunteers, search and rescue, and reserve
Oh,
deputies. And there's a big difference between the only ones that are out there doing law enforcement are the deputies who are reserves. That are they get paid for some events, but they get $1 a year before taxes, of course.
Not bad.
But yeah, so I hired her, and she worked really well, as a volunteer. And then when I was retiring, she goes, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to metal detect." And she goes, "I want to go." And
Volunteer
really,
again.
the rest is history. We started initially YouTubing, mainly because I've got family all over, and I wanted to be able to share it.
Yeah.
And-
That's awesome.
And and prior to that, we started another channel. We were doing hikes and reviews and stuff like that, and it didn't really go very far.
Yeah.
So
But this is the one you.
This is the
Yeah.
one
This
that
is the one
kind
that
of
hit
took off.
for y'all.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard about YouTube is you kind of throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks and kind of stick with that. Is that your experience with
Well,
it?
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
a lot of people just. That's a
lot of
theme.
spaghetti.
Yeah, it's a big theme. Everyone does the same theme. That's not a good idea. Just throwing spaghetti.
You should start a YouTube where you just throw spaghetti at the wall.
It'd be nice if you stopped telling me what to do.
And
Well,
don't touch him.
Yeah,
you got to label the noodles and see what you have to do.
That's true.
right. Well, that is really cool that you guys met. How you met before, or is there somebody? So you got into it, and then you got into it after he kind of.
Yes.
So so your passion, like.
I mean, the unfortunate thing is he's still my boss, technically. Like,
that
he's,
true?
He's always still telling me what to do.
So you are the lead in this operation.
Yeah, because she still works. Now, she got a job with the county now, so she's an employee of the county.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Were you snarky in that interview as well, or did they just say you didn't have to interview?
You know what? I think, I was.
Oh my gosh, you and this snark. I love it.
3 tries to get hired.
I know. Well, why are you outing me right now? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know what? But I did it.
What is your snarkiness? I'm very curious to see. I mean, you seem such a nice, glowy person. I don't know how to call people nice, but you seem nice.
I think what's funny about it is I'm the serious one when we detect, and I'm down there. I'm focused. I'm working. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'll detect all day long. And she's just do. She's always quick to say something.
Comic relief.
I
Yes.
always,
Yeah.
I have a bit of a mouth on me. Like, I'm always talking trash.
You're witty. You're
You're
witty.
You're witty.
Yeah, that's
There
a
you
good
go.
thing.
That's a better way of saying
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're
you
witty.
you seem pleasant, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah.
Um,
I'm scared to shake your hand now. I don't know if there's like a buzzer on the other side of that thing.
So the metal detecting was you just enjoyed metal detecting it was just kind of already a hobby for you, or?
Yeah, I started
Yeah.
with a pretty inexpensive detector and didn't really know what I was doing. And when I get a new detector, I just go out and hunt, and then I'll figure out the settings later. And I probably looking back, I probably missed so many targets, good targets.
Can you explain what targets means to people, because they might
Well,
may not know.
it's a store.
Yeah, exactly.
What? We all know what Targets is.
anything,
You're everywhere.
Right.
anything you find with a detector in the ground,
Yeah.
it's a target, whether it's trash or something good or a coin or whatever. We call those targets. So
Nice.
when you
cool.
don't know what you're doing and you're going over a target, you may skip
Yeah.
it because, that sounds like a bad number. And then you realize later that those numbers were really good and you might have passed gold or silver or something like that.
Oh gosh. So you do you try and dig every beep you get? Like, do you try and?
For the most part,
Yeah.
it depends on where I'm at. There are
Yeah.
some parks that I go to that are so full of trash that it's really difficult. But I try to dig all targets because things like pull tabs off a soda,
Yeah.
they have a certain number, and you usually can tell. I get to know the numbers on different machines,
Yeah.
but some gold will ring up at the exact same number.
Oh really? Oh wow.
So some
wow.
some of the old timers say you have to dig 100 pull tabs to find a piece of gold.
Wow. That's interesting.
The old timers.
Experienced.
Okay, there we go. I was like, wait a minute. Let's not do a round table of age.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
This snark on this one. And this is an interview.
I know.
Always an interview with her.
24/7.
This is witty.
This
I
is
like
another
the
kind of,
wittiness.
yeah, I love it. I love it. It's great.
So these so gold. Let's talk about gold. Have you found any? I see you have some finds here. If you want to kind of tell us
Sure.
some of your finds that you brought. Yeah.
This, I have a gold chain with a pendant on it.
Yeah. And if you want to leave some of that here, that's fine with us.
Maddie.
I'm kidding.
Maybe
not
the,
a bad
maybe the
idea.
messed up pennies.
Yeah, there you go.
Not a bad idea.
So this is one of my best finds as far as gold's concerned. It's a chain.
Whoa.
It's 14 karat gold.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think it was about 10 grams, and it's got a really
10
nice
grand?
grams
Oh, okay.
He's,
in
talking,
weight.
he's talking about weight
I
now.
know. How much is it worth, do you
It
think?
could be worth up to $1,000.
Whoa. That's
It does have
cool.
tricolor gold on the pendant, which is really cool. Then we have this ring is one of my favorites. It's actually white gold,
Whoa.
and it's got 3 real diamonds.
What?
And this was probably 1 to 2 inches down underneath in the soil, and it was at a park.
Oh.
This necklace was in the beach, and when I pulled my scoop out on the second shovelful, it was dangling from the scoop.
Oh.
So,
Oh, wow.
and
Do you
then-
have that one on video? Do you have it on video?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
I think
cool.
everything here has been on a video.
Oh, cool.
This is my first ring of 2024. It is a little silver ring, pretty.
Whoa.
That's really nice.
This is my best coin I've ever found so far. It's called an Indian head penny,
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And you
yeah,
can-
those are cool.
and
Ooh,
then
it's hot.
just to give you an idea,
Yeah.
It's cool.
zinc pennies, the newer ones, deteriorate really
cool.
fast in the soil. So this is what happens to pennies when they're in the underground, the newer ones, because they're not made out of copper anymore.
Oh, whoa.
So
Oh.
it's pre-82s were copper.
So just eventually it probably just
Gone.
will be done. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so crazy.
And then she can talk about this find.
Yeah, sure.
These are her finds.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you keep them all separate like that?
I just know.
You're not even gonna show it off.
Well,
like...
the funny thing about finds is I can look at something in my bag or my ring holder, and I almost know exactly when and where I found it. It's because it's in my memory. So I go back and go, I knew I found this at
That's cool.
at a certain beach. This one is at this certain park, and this one is at another soccer field.
That's awesome. That's cool. Thank you for sharing those. That's
I
cool.
just have mush brain, so I'm like, yeah, I think this is at a beach. I think this was at a beach.
You know exactly where you got that one.
This one was at a beach. In fact, I think Bill was trying to sabotage me because
What, Bill?
we were at one we were at one beach, and I was near like the wet sand, and he was in the dry area, and he had already kind of scoped out the areas he wanted to hit, and he was like, "Oh, Christine, come over here, come over to the dry sand." And I was like, I think I got a really good target. He's like, no, just ditch it, like it's fine. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go and get it because I always dig random stuff in the beach, like. I'm a cat in the litter box, you know what I mean? I'm just going to go deep.
Yeah.
And so, sure enough, I found this really cool ring. And it was diamonds and what? Onyx?
Yeah, I think it's onyx.
There you go. It's that.
Nice.
I think it's that.
It's really cool.
So, yeah, I was pretty stoked. He was pretty jealous, I think.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I usually find the gold.
I know. I usually just find random things like toys, and I'm like, yay.
Yeah.
Then I found a little whale tail. It's
Nice.
It's silver, right?
Yes.
Silver whale tail.
Nice. That's cool.
And then this is probably one of the coolest things that I've found is a toy train. I think we said it was like from the 50s.
50s or 60s.
Whoa.
And you can tell, here, I'll pass it around.
Oh, cool.
You can tell because it's all metal, and then the rubber on the tires, I don't know how that's still intact. We went to a really obscure park that we have yet to that we've yet to been able to find again, that park.
Yeah, we're lost on that one.
That's so cool.
It was like a leprechaun at the end of a rainbow. We have not been able to find that park again, but it was such a random park in a small residential area. It had 2 swings. That was it. And we're like, oh, let's just clear it. I cleared it a couple times, found that, and a couple of rings, yeah.
Your ring was cool, too. I like the one you're wearing.
So this one, he actually found. Here, I'll let you hold it.
That's really cool.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, this won't come off. So
wow.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That is really cool.
That's a found item.
The funny thing is I was hunting with my daughter because we had to take her dog to the vet, and we had some time to kill.
Wow.
And I went through this whole park and hunted it and was done. And we walked over to the bathroom, and on the way back, I saw a park bench. And behind park benches are always good places to hit. But I'd left all my gear in the truck. I only had my pinpointer still on my belt. And a pinpointer is a small device that you use. Once you find a target, you can use this little pinpointer to narrow down your search.
And you really do need one of those because it's so hard to, without it, it's just
the
like
pinpointers are important.
Yeah, you need the pinpointer. I've just from metal detecting in my experience, like, if you don't have a pinpointer, it's like, well, you're just digging there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is because I'm an expert on pinpointing. But can we, for those novice, can we explain what a pinpointer is?
He just did.
It's basically about around a foot long. It's almost a mini metal detector in reality.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. That's what I thought it was but I was like, I'll make sure.
It's kind of like when the airport, when they give you like a wand, like a search through kind of.
Unfortunately, I've never flown.
But back to the find was really cool because my daughter and I were walking back, and I said, "Hey, let me check the back of this." So I put the pinpointer down. I get a nice signal.
Yeah. And
with the pinpointer, you don't get any indication. It's just a buzzer, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so I had nothing with me, so I picked up a stick and started digging in the ground with a stick, and I popped that ring out. I was like, "Wow,
that's so cool!"
I found a silver ring with a pinpointer only. That's pretty cool.
It's like MacGyver, except bald and at a park.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
That's awesome.
It's totally.
That's so cool. So, are you able to, like, how do you make money doing this? Are you able to sell some of these stuff for your time, or is your YouTube monetized? Like, I think that's something metal detectors.
We have something in front of us that might have a way to make money, I would think.
Merch.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
they have some really cool merch that you all put down.
Yeah, thank you.
I love the design a lot.
I love,
Thanks. And we'll talk about Gary and how Gary came about, too.
Oh,
But before I do that, let's get into monetizing and the money that we make.
Yeah.
So it takes about 1,000 subscribers and I think it was 4,000 view hours before you can get monetized.
Right. Yeah.
And once we did that, we turned it on, and we make a decent amount of money, not a ton.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, most of the time that we make money, we give it back to the community versus back to our audience, really. We do a ton.
Oh, that's so nice.
We've given
that's
away
awesome.
at least a half a dozen, if not more, metal detectors
Yeah.
in
wow.
drawings. And that's why
That's awesome.
we used to tell people, watch the ads because it helps us make more money. And then we can buy more stuff. We've given away pinpointers, merchant. We give a lot of this stuff. We sell 90% or give away 90% of our merchandise.
Oh, wow.
But we do have it on our website, so people can buy it, but we give a lot of it away.
Oh,
that's really cool.
That's awesome.
And for those who, I'm an expert. What's a pinpoint? No, I was kidding.
we already talked about
Oh, we did. Okay.
Do you have any other questions you want to ask?
A little bit about this pinpointers. That's really cool. And for as far as metal detectors, which is your recommendation for like a new person, and then for an expert? Like, what are some of the really cool ones?
Well, I'm a little jaded on my decision, but I've gone full circle. I've gone through a company called Mind Lab, Garrett.
I have a Mind Lab here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got the
Little
Vanquish.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's yours, Matty?
This is mine, yeah.
Yeah. Can you lift it up so we can see the bottom of that thing? So cool.
Oh, you got the small coil on there.
Right. Yeah,
Are
I
you
got
good?
this-
No,
What
it's
is that
awesome.
on there?
I like the small one just because the big one, I don't know. The smaller one kind of narrows it down. Yeah,
Is
this
that
a
true?
Yes.
Mind Lab.
So may I assume
You
that
may.
the small, so you do a big one to get like a bigger
Metal
detection, and then use that to,
No. There's reasons for different size coils. The basics are the bigger the coil, the more area you can cover.
right.
Smaller coils have advantages too. Like if you work in an area and you're on a target with a 6-inch coil, or I've got one that's a round one for the other Mind Lab Equinox. If you're on a target in this general area.
Yeah.
As opposed to a larger area. So it does make it easier to find the target. The bigger coils can go deeper, but especially in our area, you're not looking for depth in most of the parks.
That makes sense. You're not trying to go like 6. Well, I don't want to say 6 feet. That's like
6 feet.
like funeral. 7 feet. But you don't want to go. But I see what that makes sense. Because it's not like somebody's digging like a chest in the bottom of a.
Well, a lot of the parks, a lot of city parks and county parks are not as old, and you're not going to find super deep targets. There are some older parks where I've found some silver dimes and stuff like that, where I've dug 4 or 5 inches down. But most of the coins and even the jewelry in the grass is not that deep.
Yeah.
In our area, anyway. And I know it depends on where you're at, really.
That makes sense to me. What?
What's the weirdest thing you found? Like, what's the strangest thing you've been like, this is weird, or
some of the funny or weird things,
or funny weird things?
One time at the beach, like I said, I'm like a cat in a litter box. So, and that drives Bill nuts because at the beach it's like an infinite amount of sand.
Yeah.
And there was one time I found a target. And I'm digging. I'm probably about 4 or 5 inches, and that's pretty deep for digging a hole, especially at the beach because the sand is always going back. And I just kept digging. The hole kept getting bigger and bigger. I was probably about like a foot? I was
at least.
You kept going for it.
It was like a foot, and I finally pulled out like this trench shovel out of it was random. It's still in good condition. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
shovel.
this is the best thing ever. Who buries
cool.
a shovel at the beach?
The mob.
yeah, that's for sure.
But I found weird things. I found like a Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, it's not a real Bitcoin. That would have been nice.
That's right.
Oh, that was
One of the Bitcoin tokens.
Oh, cool.
And then
You found another coin.
that was an adult toy store token.
It was an adult con coin.
Okay.
Adult con coin.
And he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's a poker chip." And I was like,
It
"Not
says
quite."
adult con.
I
Yeah.
was like, "Not quite."
That's so funny.
Yeah, but there's so much stuff in the especially the beach. I mean, we found stuff that I don't really want to repeat here, but anything that could be dropped. A friend of mine just went a couple days ago metal detecting. He found the lower receiver of a handgun.
Oh
Jeez.
gosh. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Mob
Yeah.
again. I think I have an where are you guys? Yeah.
But we get a lot of open knives, like folding knives that are left open, and someone's maybe doing something with the knife and they drop it and they lose it in the sand.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. Yeah, that is a weird one. An open knife.
Well, it's great
especially if it can close it.
Y'all are doing a service for the community too by cleaning up like stuff like that.
Some might call it a community service.
Yes, yeah. But you're cleaning up trash, and that's very noble of y'all. I was wondering, like for metal detectors just starting out, how do you get permission to? Like, do you need permission on certain beaches and parks? Like, what's kind of is there a gray area? Can you tell us kind of about that for people just starting out?
Sure. In California,
Yeah.
you can, as far as I know, there's no beaches that say you cannot metal detect.
Oh, okay.
So they're open to metal detectorists. Cities and counties are different. And then you've got state beaches. Or state parks. You can't hunt in any state or federal parks.
Right.
I tried to get permission in one, and they said no.
Right.
In cities, some cities, I've ran across 2 right now that require permits in LA County, and there might be more. I just haven't detected those cities. One of them, the permit's free. They just want to know who's out there hunting.
Right.
So, and then there are some cities that are considering it, and the reason being is some people go out there and metal detect. They don't know what they're doing as far as they're digging, and they're leaving big holes.
Right.
Oh, they don't put the dirt
plug
back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they'll make like big old whoppers, and then just walk off like real good ankle snappers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a little.
That's not good metal detecting etiquette.
No, it's not.
It's like working out in a gym and not putting your weights back. You gotta,
Or wiping the machine down.
Yeah,
just leave it all sweaty for the next person.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to leave the ground the way you found it the best you can, and obviously you
yeah.
can't because there's going to be some evidence that you were there. But the best way to do it is just fill in your hole, keep it up, and she likes to call it floofing the grass.
You gotta floof it up a little bit.
That's a little more adorable.
Give it a little
the floofing part.
I like that.
Yeah.
A little floof.
So what happens if I dig in an area and I get caught?
You get arrested, buddy.
Can you get arrested for metal detecting?
It's a municipal code in a city, and any municipal code in a city is actually a misdemeanor.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
wow.
chance of getting arrested, no. But you'll
Probably
at least get a
pay
citation.
a fine. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been really concentrating on your metal detecting and bumped into a sleeping beach person? Isn't that always the pranks and stuff where you walk over a person? Have you ever done that accidentally? Like there's somebody on the beach sleeping, or you bump into them while you're concentrating on the metal?
I've gotten close. I was over.
How?
I've worked
does this
Santa Monica.
See,
Oh my gosh.
I worked Santa Monica and Venice Beach a lot, and I've gone out there so early in the morning it was still dark, and I'd be out there detecting along the pier, and all of a sudden I hear someone snore right next to me. I didn't even notice them.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, you get so caught up in what you're doing,
focus. Yeah.
Is there a website where people can go and look for like permission to certain counties and all that stuff? Is there like kind of like a hub for metal detectorists?
I haven't found a specific website.
I haven't either. I've searched for it too because
I check with individual cities. It's easier that way.
Or I'll call the park and be like, "Hey, can I metal detect here?" type of thing.
Yeah.
Usually they'll have signs posted, like whether it's prohibited or not.
Okay.
Is there a big community as well? Like, or do you guys meet up with other metal detecting? What do you call you? Metal detectors?
Yes.
Because the
Treasure
machine
hunters.
is a metal detector. Oh, so is it a treasure hunter?
It is, but a lot of people
Okay.
call them detectorists,
Detectorists.
which isn't really a true word.
Yeah.
Yeah. But treasure hunters. I like that.
There's a handful of people that I met through doing this that I meet up with semi-regularly.
Oh, that's fun.
But there is a ton of people who've commented on our channel that have started metal detecting solely because of us.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's great, but a lot of them live in my area, so that's not so great.
Oh no! So they steal all your
The
finds.
teacher becomes the student.
Yes.
Or the student becomes the teacher. That's it. Oh yeah, wow, that's funny. They're in your competition.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Is it getting out of control or is it kind of manageable?
I can't go to the parks around me anymore. They're very rarely do I
saturated.
find anything. And then same thing with all of our beaches now. There seems like I'll go down there on a weekend, especially, and there'll be 8 people metal detecting the beach. And it's like, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You need like your own secret spots that you don't
Yeah.
tell them about.
That's why I've transitioned more into just going out in some grass. There's so many grass fields and places, and even just getting away from the populace, and get out there and hunt.
Do you ever
Yeah.
do like your friend's backyard or stuff like that? Like, do you ever?
I haven't yet. I did our backyard.
He has no friends.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's shame
I'm
on you.
joking.
We're his friends. Yeah.
Thought you
new
were my only
friends.
friend.
Oh boy.
I guess, yeah. We're partners.
Oh gosh.
So that's awesome. So what advice would you give someone kind of starting out in treasure hunting? What kind of things would you tell them?
Expect to suffer.
I know you don't.
It's gonna be
want
hard.
to.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
Pick the right machine for you. There's
Yeah.
plenty of websites out there and YouTube channels you can watch how people use their machines. Once you find a machine you want to try, buy the best machine you can buy for the money. And there are some cheap ones out there, relatively cheap. Like she's on the Xterra Pro right now, which is also from Mind Lab, and it's under $300.
Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
reasonably
She's doing fine.
priced. Yeah, it's not too complicated to figure out. Like the Manicore would not necessarily be a good machine to start with because it's got all these wazoo things going on. It's the bells and whistles of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
detectors.
But learn the machine and test yourself. What you need to do, what I do is I take a bunch of jewelry like this and I'll go out in my backyard, find a dead spot, and I'll set them down. I'll go over with the detector. I'll make notes of what are the numbers on these. And we even took them out to a park, about 30 items, and we spent the day burying them in a row and then seeing if it changed the numbers by having them underground. So you want to test yourself and learn the machine. But then when you get out there, dig every single target.
Every time you hear a beep, dig.
If it's a beep, the trick is you go back and forth on a target. It's beeping both ways. Dig that target for sure, and then you'll take notes of what the numbers are, what it sounds like, and then what you find.
So after a while, you figure out whatever the number is. You're like, that's gold. So is that
Well,
kind of the
gold's
idea?
elusive, but
Gold's
I can
elusive.
if I go over a coin, I know if it's a quarter, nickel, dime, penny. I know.
That is so cool.
Sometimes I'm wrong because numbers do change.
You're a metal detector whisperess.
Yes.
So is there things you will dig, and then if you're like, oh God, it's a penny, will you still keep the penny just because you did a dig?
He'll
a
dig
find?
it. He'll dig it just to complain about it.
I have,
Yeah,
you
it's
know
good,
those
good.
nut containers you get at the grocery stores. They have all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of those full of stuff like this. They're
Why
not.
not?
Pennies are non-spendable if they're damaged.
Yeah. They are kind of cool looking too. Like if you have a bunch in there, it does look like a treasure.
It does.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did make coasters out of one of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Acrylic. Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's kind
Don't
of
be
like
ashamed.
put a little. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh yeah, I think you made a video about you making
The
coasters.
I
resin.
did. I
Yeah.
did. And I've got a big giant box of tent stakes.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
He wanted
yeah,
to bring
you find
one
a lot
today.
of those on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're. I was telling Christine, your channel really inspired me when I was in the hospital for a bit. I'm fine now, but when I got out of the hospital, I had a heart thing, and the only thing I could handle watching was like metal detecting YouTube videos, and I found your channel.
That's awesome.
And it was really like, it was the most action I could handle.
Well, we appreciate
And-
that.
Yeah, and I loved it. So, so what's kind of the day in the life of like a YouTuber? Like, do you edit how do you?
Yeah,
do
do you guys
edit
do
the
your own
videos?
editing?
Or?
Honestly, he does all, like, I'm just all in front and he's all the back work. Like, all the logistics and the algorithm, all that. That's all the nerd stuff.
So you look it
he
all
does.
up.
That's
You have
all
done
him
your
on that.
research.
I just go to work every day.
Oh gosh.
When we were
Boring old work.
I know.
I know.
When we were cranking out videos 2 a week, which
Whoa.
I'm
And we
actually
used
trying.
to do 3, remember?
Yeah, I'm trying to slow down a little bit, but basically that's 4 days of hunting. Depends on where you go. You can't get enough usually in one day. That's a full day or 2 of editing. And then then I spend, as soon as the videos come out, I'm on there commenting. Cause I try to return as many comments as I can. It's
That's
almost
so nice.
impossible now to keep up with the comments.
But
So-
you're pretty consistent then. This is what you enjoy doing. So
Yeah.
do you literally have like a schedule? Like, well, it's 8 a.m. Let's get out to wherever we're going.
No.
No. You kind of take your time.
I get up and I decide when I'm going to hunt. I just know that if I've got a video on Wednesday and it's Monday, I got to get out and hunt.
Yeah.
And do something. If it's, beach, parks, I don't even care. I just go, where am I going to go today? Where do I feel like being?
I really like that too because it's nice that you all can just go experience different parts of the outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to beaches, going to parks. Have you ever done a cemetery? That'd be cool.
No,
Oh my
kidding.
God.
It's really disrespectful.
Yeah, you know, hey, there's something under here. Oh, look at it. It's a lady wearing a ring.
Finders keepers.
All right. Thank you, lady wearing a ring.
Yeah. We really. Yeah, your channel's awesome. What was the video that was kind of the tipping point for y'all that changed? Like, was there a certain video or?
Well, I can answer that. The tipping point video, the one that they labeled the tipping point.
No, I know, but what was the thing that was it? Just the consistency of posting every week, like where the channel really took off? Like, when did you start to notice? Like,
It just started slowly growing, and we were probably close to a year into it. And it took us about a year to get to that monetizing, and it was a long haul. And I was getting a little discouraged, and we're trying so hard and working real hard, and that was a problem.
it's hard to
trying.
monetize. Yeah, it's hard.
And so I just said, let's just go have fun, and we
That's
started
smart.
just having fun and forgot about stressing about the money so much or being monetized. I still don't care. I don't even care about. I don't need a bunch of subscribers. What I want are the views, because I know that if it's got a lot of views, people are watching and enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's
great.
The thing about subscribers, I can do video shorts, and I can go to 100,000 subscribers in probably 2 months if I cranked out shorts every day. But they don't transition into viewership and people that like your channel.
Right.
It's a different type of person who watches shorts.
Right.
So
Quality over quantity.
We've grown
Yeah.
slow and
Exactly.
steady.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and
smart.
and we've got some great followers who we interact with and comment back and forth on almost every single video they're there. Which
That's great.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, built a community amongst
Exactly.
one
And
another.
Kind of to thank you so much for being here. Really
Yeah, no
appreciate
problem,
y'all.
bud.
And not you.
Oh,
No, you too,
oh,
obviously.
thank you.
But what advice would you give to like a YouTuber, and also where can people find you on social media? Like, what advice would you give to a YouTuber trying to get their channel going and
Don't give up is the
don't
number
give
one
up?
thing,
Yeah.
I was gonna say it'd be like a date, just be yourself.
Yeah,
But seriously,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
be yourself. Don't try to, don't try to pitch yourself into something. Like just be yourself, because people are gonna follow you for who you are. And eventually, like if you try to fake it till you make it, it's not gonna work.
Okay.
Makes
It's just gonna
sense.
be a fad.
Yeah.
Well
Okay.
said.
Yeah.
Well
I like
said
that.
indeed. Yeah.
That's awesome. And where can people find you?
Well, our YouTube channel is Diggin SoCal, obviously.
Yes.
We also have a website, digginsocal.com. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really go on it a lot because we're so busy with YouTube.
Right.
There's a channel on Instagram. We have it on Facebook. But
They can email us.
Yeah.
YouTube's your
complaints.
main.
Yeah. It's so hard for me doing this full time to be on all the social medias. I mean, it's really a lot of
It's
work.
hard. Yeah. I hear that.
I try,
yeah.
but I made a resolution this year. I'm going to try to get on Facebook more because there's a lot of our audience who's on Facebook.
Yeah.
So that's the most important. Number 2 to YouTube, and then we have obviously Instagram, which I just post finds on Instagram after I found them. So
Oh, nice.
That's our main 3, really.
Oh, cool.
All right,
That's
now
awesome.
we got to find out what's going on with this little mascot friend.
Yeah.
Who is
Gary.
this?
The Gary
Gary.
story.
So
Gary.
obviously Gary is a seagull associated with the
Yeah.
beach.
So cute. Look at Gary.
Gary. That's a little too
Oh,
close.
So there was one day that Bill was hitting the beach and metal detecting, and I don't know why I wasn't, but we came across this injured seagull. It's a bit of
Aw.
a sad story, but we came across this injured seagull, and I didn't want him to sit there by himself. He was kind of at the end of his life. But we had called animal control, and so I was just standing by with the little one, and I was like, oh, man, he's not looking too good. And so
Yeah.
we named him Gary, and so I
Aw.
kind of just sat with them, and he passed away.
Oh,
Oh.
Gary.
So he's a.
But he lives on.
He lives
He
on.
does.
Yeah, he lives on.
He lives on.
Yeah.
So
I love
that's
that.
the
in an
story here.
adorable sunglasses and looking very cool.
Absolutely.
That's
And then
cool.
these are your
Spirit lives
shirts.
on.
Can we
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
absolutely.
shirt up and show you what's going on with
you
it?
can get these on Diggin
there,
on your website.
Sure.
Awesome.
Super cool.
And then on the
SoCal.
back, there you
Oh,
go.
look who's back
Oh,
there.
Gary.
These are
I love
awesome.
Those are cool.
Who
love
designed that?
I did. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You don't even fold it. You just crumple it.
Yeah,
Well, no. That's how you do it.
Exactly. That's a guy's
That's
thing.
a fine thing. I'm so sorry. I will tell you
No.
that.
That's how I'll do it because I folded these anyway. So
Okay.
I know my place.
Sorry.
I came up with the concept, or we did rather, but I had to reach out to find different. I tried different artists.
Yeah.
Until I found somebody that came up with the closest thing, and then my daughter fine-tuned some of the stuff for me. So
Oh,
you'll
that's
see us
awesome.
change pictures on the channel to the seasonal ones sometimes, and my daughter drew all of the.
Oh, that's
Whoa, that's
amazing.
really
So
cool.
we
Cool.
got the
Yeah.
whole fam involved.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And your daughter's into metal detecting as
No.
well? No. Okay.
She's into art.
She's in the very first video,
Okay.
and when I did the introduction to we were going to start the channel.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of funny, and then never again until I think when I found the ring she's wearing is the next time she's been with me, which has been 3 years.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, that's right.
But
Wow.
she's an artist.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's looking and designing for you guys and doing
yeah.
helping out with the logos and
cool.
whatnot. That's really cool.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I think we're going to go on a little hunt, if you don't mind, with you all down the street.
Awesome.
Is that all
Yeah.
right? Do you guys have the time?
For like an outro, and we can like show
Yeah.
our finds
Perfect.
real quick. It doesn't have to be long, like half an hour or something. But
I didn't expect you to have a detector. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how I didn't see it. I mean, you
Oh, I
probably
have-
saw it. Huh? Yeah,
I
immediately.
have 4 metal. I
No
have 4
way.
of them.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He's real into it.
And I'm really into it. I have all the gear. I have everything.
Oh my
I didn't bring pinpointers though.
We have
That's
extra.
okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You have extra. Nice. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, let's go on a little treasure hunt. Who's going to find the treasure?
You asking me? I don't
Probably
know.
not
the metal,
you, not
the
you.
metal. The
I'll
detector
find
thing
the
is going to
treasure.
find it, I would guess. I'm going for one of these. I want
Train.
to get a very specific toy 50s train
Yeah.
today. So
Yeah.
hopefully that happens. That's my goal.
I believe in you.
Thank
Yeah,
you
you
so
can
much.
do it. Well, thank you so much, and let's go treasure hunt.
Nice.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
Yeah,
us. This
thank
is
you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Cool.
Let's
Yeah.
treasure
Thank
hunt.
you.
Awesome.
Awesome. High fives. Cool. Our
guys.
mateys.
Here, high five. Okay. There you go.
All right. Cool. All right. Signing off.
Yes, I got my first pull tab.
Doesn't work. Oh, was that mine? Look at that.
Deeper than.
It's a big guy. It's probably a
There you go.
5'6". Look at that. It's a spiver. Golden medallion. Is that 40 ounces of liquor?
That's a good.
Got a penny. Not too bad. It's pretty beat up, so it's probably a zinc penny.
Oh my gosh, we're getting so close.
Oh,
There it is. There it is. A ring.
No,
Is that a ring?
no, it's the top to a liquor container.
Golly, that's cool. I feel like I'm in a liquor store.
Yeah, it's another foot down. Can't get that one. Whew. Not with a small shovel, I need a big shovel. Want it to be a silver coin.
This is in the 19. Pretty deep though.
Yeah.
Right? That means deep?
Can we get it closer to the ground?
No, it's not too deep.
No, not at all.
Let's see what this is. Got a couple worms in here. Booze lid.
So Anthony's metal detector's name is Boozy or Worm. Which one would you like, Anthony? Boozy or Worm?
me alone.
Did you know that gophers and moles will push targets up? When they clear their holes, they tend to push a lot of good. Always want to check their little mounds.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh whoa! What is that?
Look at that.
Is that a penny?
No, it's a nickel.
Oh cool.
What does it mean?
What do you think it's gonna be, Ryan?
It's definitely gonna be a piece of gold.
Nice.
That's the attitude.
Wonder what that is.
Gold.
Gotta be gold. It's in the plug.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's in the plug.
Be careful now with that plug.
Woo, doggy.
Oh, whoa! That's cool.
That's what I'm talking about.
Got a quarter.
Thank you so much. 1915 wooden quarter. Hey, you find things, that's what you do out here. No, here's your quarter, buddy.
I can't keep that.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Hold it up to the camera.
That's actually a good find.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God bless America.
that's awesome. All right, well, we found some treasure, and Anthony found a fish gravestone, which is very exciting. And he is obviously Rambo now. So thanks for watching, and check out their channel, Diggin SoCal, and subscribe.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Thank you.
It's
All
been a
right,
pleasure.
high fives. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah, not with a knife in your
Yeah,
hand.
not with a knife. Okay, take care.
Time.
Dime, nice.
It's not rocket science.
Not rocket science. Science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.